Hey Murray, how you doing today, brother? I wish I could be there to tell you in person how amazing this journey has been with you, how powerful and how overwhelming. I mean, if I have to think of any person, you've been the person that's been there, along with my wife, from the beginning of this whole thing. From when you walked in as an even skinnier kid than you are now, which is hard to believe, with this desire to connect with a real relationship with God and to see that real relationship be played out in authentic community. And what I saw in you then is what I've continued to see in you and love about you, which is you uncompromisingly look to see God's church and his kingdom made manifest in every way. And when you don't, you could very easily pack it up and roll out, but you don't. You work to make it a reality. And that's an amazing set of qualities that I've been so thankful for. I want to reminisce, but there's almost too much. From you coming to live with us and all the craziness from the early chat days when um, we just didn't have enough people to do what we needed to do. So responsibilities were thrust on you that we would never even remotely consider throwing on what people that are now the age of year-long residents. And yet you took those things and you ran with them. You saw them as an opportunity to grow. Instead of getting frustrated and overwhelmed, you pressed deeper into our Heavenly Father. And what we see today is a maturity that comes from that. I remember us having our initial conversation when you started with chat, and the initial conversation was, I think ultimately I'll be on a mission field, possibly a foreign mission field. And so this is a pit stop before I get there. And man, what a pit stop it's been. An amazing pit stop that has had incredible influence in the lives of young people in our community and beyond. You haven't just been on mission, you've created mission for other people. And I'm deeply thankful and overwhelmed that I got to be a part of it. Me, my family, that I got to DJ your wedding. Even if you did give me an incredibly cruddy iPod that had like 14 songs on it. I'm glad I got to be there for all the fun events that we've done over the years, from the first Halloween party to the last. That the joy that the Lord has instilled in you, you've always desired to share, that you've offered us stability that many others couldn't offer. I think I've told you this before, but there's a passage when I read in the book of Hebrews, there's a passage, and you're one of the people that comes to mind. When it talks in chapter 11 of the book of Hebrews, it talks about faith. Now, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the convictions of things not seen. And then it goes on, as you know, to offer a list. These are the great cloud of witnesses that it references in the beginning of Hebrews chapter 12. Those people who have shown what faith and commitment to Christ really does. And it's not easy, and you know that. And you know this new thing you're stepping out to that I'm really excited about is not easy. It's no easier than anything you've already done. But in the midst of this, there's something, and I'm going to read this, and it's pretty hard. It says, starting in verse 36 of chapter 11, others suffered mocking and flogging and even chains and imprisonment. They were stoned. They were sawn in two. They were killed with the sword. They went about in skins of sheep and goats, destitute, afflicted, mistreated. And this is the line that reminds me most of you, of whom the world was not worthy. Wandering about in deserts and mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. And all these, though commended through their faith, did not receive what was promised, since God had provided something better for us, that apart from us, they should not be made perfect or whole. What I love about that line is, of whom the world was not worthy. Churchill has never been worthy of a godly man like you. I and my life have never been worthy of a godly man like you. You are much better than the community and that I, as a friend and a brother, both in East End and here, ever deserved. And I'm incredibly thankful for you. And knowing that we continue to work and that we're not going to see the fruition, the fulfillment of everything that we've been working for in this place. But knowing that together, and everything that has happened together, we start to see that perfection blooming, that wholeness coming about. We see it in the relationships. I see it when I get on Facebook now, and kids that I pretty much thought had no chance are at a college retreat or are out there living their lives, holding down jobs, doing things that seem like a pipe dream 15 years ago. And brother, I just want to thank you. The world is not worthy of you, but I sure am glad the world has you. So know that you are always in my prayers, that you are deeply loved by not only me, but the entire Strickland family, that I pray fervently for you and your family in this next stage of ministry. And I expect that the Lord is going to do powerful things, because that's what he does when his faithful submit themselves to his will. I love you, brother, and I pray a deep blessing over you. Have a great day, and I hope this night is a rich blessing.